Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about ADN programs, accelerated bachelor's in nursing programs, and master's in nursing programs. Let's see, I'm looking at my laptop because it has my notes. Okay, so first off, ADN programs, Associate's Degree in Nursing. So these programs are typically 2 years, approximately fully funded by your financial aid. If you get financial aid, you should be getting financial aid, but should be about $10,000 for the whole 2 years. And it's sorry, disclaimer. I meant to say that an ADN program costs up to $10,000, but typically with like the fees, books, health insurance, school fees, your CPR, and your like ATI, Kaplan, or whatever your school uses to study the NCLEX, it will cost up to mostly $6,000. I think $10,000 is the max, but tuition just itself, that should cost like about $2,000 or $3,000 for the whole program. So in total, you might be spending $6,000 to $10,000 or maybe even lower. So I failed to mention that in my first video, so I'm just gonna include that right now. So usually in community college, you get a lot of grants and a lot of funding. So pretty much this could be paid off, and you don't use loans or anything unless you need to, of course. With ADN programs, sometimes some schools don't have classes through the summer, so it'll be like fall and spring, and some programs do, and typically it'll just take 2 years, and there's a fall start and spring start at community college near my hometown. And I recommend an ADN program because I had wonderful professors at my community college, and you can also concurrently enroll in like an RN BSN program, so that way you can do, during the summer you can do your BSN and take the classes online, and then during the typical regular school years, so fall and spring, you can take your associate's degree in nursing program, the required courses. But the issue is, typically in California, a lot of hospitals require the BSN. So I would say if you do go to the ADN route, is to get your BSN right after, or just do it at the same time as your program, like during the summer. And a lot of the ADN programs either have they are connected to like a CSU, California State University, that way you can concurrently enroll in an RN to BSN program. So accelerated bachelor's in nursing program. Usually these programs are for people who earn their first bachelor's degree in something else, engineering, biology, public health, psychology, and these programs are from a year long to maybe 15 months, 16 months to 18 months, or maybe even 20 months, depending on where you apply. It's fast paced. You don't really get a summer break like a typical school year. Tuition costs about $40K to about $55K here in California. That's the typical cost. Unless you go to a private school, then it usually would cost about $80K to $100K, which is a lot. And typically you'll need to get private loans to cover this because you used up some of your financial aid during your first degree. Once you pay those off, then you can use federal loans for sure. But then typically students get private loans to cover the rest of the cost. And the next option is the traditional BSN. So if you have your first degree in something else, you can also apply to a traditional BSN, but it would just be very competitive because a lot of other students who don't have degrees are applying to a traditional BSN, so you have to be very competitive, have high grades, high test scores, and this program is 2 years. You don't need to enroll into an RN to BSN program, so you're pretty much done with school. You're fully funded, and these are usually in a lot of CSU programs. And that's pretty much it for traditional BSNs. I recommend the traditional BSN if you don't have a degree yet, and if you have competitive stats, apply for the bachelor's in nursing program. So the next program is the Master's in Science in Nursing for non-nursing degrees. So this is also called the MEPN, Direct Entry Master's in Nursing program, and typically the MSN programs, there are programs where people who hold a bachelor's in something else, biology, psychology, engineering, and they can apply to direct entry master's program. Typically, these are in programs. There's a lot of programs in the East Coast. Some of them in California are like University of San Francisco, Samuel Merritt, UC Davis, UCLA. They have master's direct entry programs, and these programs are for people who hold degrees in something non-nursing, like engineering, biology, psychology. And these programs can vary from 16 months to 24 months. And of course, some of these master's direct entry program, there is the regular master's in nursing program where you can just you'll get all the qualifications you need to apply for the NCLEX and be an RN. And there's also the programs where you can do the MSN program plus a specialty. So these are programs for non-nursing degrees. MSN, where you can get your master's of nursing, and then you can be a practicing RN, getting the same qualifications that you get from an ADN program and a BSN program to be a practicing RN. And of course, after you finish that portion of your program, you'll immediately start your specialty program like FNP, psychiatric nurse practitioner, midwifery, nurse educator, nurse leadership, whatever program you applied for and whatever is offered at the school you apply to, you can do that. And then the program will take even longer, possibly 4 years in total if you have programs in your state with those options. So with those options, you can also part-time as an RN after you pass your first portion of the program. So with those options, you can also part-time working as an RN, and then you can start your specialty program, and you can do the specialty program part-time as well as gain your experience as an RN. So I think those programs are great if you know what specialty that you want to do, pediatric NP, family nurse practitioner, psychiatric NP, anything like that. You just have to research what school. But also, there's a lot of schools that don't offer that specialty. So some in California that I know will offer the clinical nurse specialist after you complete their program for the RN portion, and then you'll get offered the clinical nurse specialty. And I don't know what the roles for that specific position is, but I'm assuming like leadership roles, being able to go to management or something of that kind. Also about the MSN programs, some programs will be MSN/specialty, an additional 2 years. So 2 years for that MSN, and then 2 years continuing education of another master's with your specialty, or MSN/doctors and nurse practitioner, such as Columbia. Columbia has that program where you have a non-nursing degree and you start in a program where you get your master's in nursing, so you can be an RN, and then you'll do your DNP. So there's some programs like that. I see there's no issue with that. I think that's a great option. So what I chose the ABSN program because I wanted to be done with school faster. And my program is 16 months, and I did move out of state from California to go to my program. And I do use private loans to pay off my school. I still have some federal loans because I did not max out my federal loans in my first undergrad degree. So far, it's fast-paced. Hope I'll be done in the summer of 2022. And do I regret my choice? Sometimes I wish I chose the ADN because it is cheaper. You can concurrently enroll in the BSN program as well, the online BSN program. And it is cheaper, but since I chose the ABSN route, I'm here in the ABSN route. And I just chose it because it's faster paced, it can be done faster, I can start working faster. And ultimately, all these choices are perfectly up to you, depending on your situation. You have family, kids. I don't have family, I don't have kids or any obligations like that. I'm pretty much free to do anything I want because I don't have anything that's holding me back or anything like that. Some people may not have the option, so I'll choose the ADN route or the traditional BSN route. Some people know what specialty they want, so that's why they're set on the MSN / the specialty programs. Yeah, so ultimately I chose the ABSN route because I wanted to be done with school faster and start working faster, and plus I have my degree already, so it felt weird to get my associates and masters, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's just my personal choice. So a lot of factors to choose from, but I just recommend applying to all 3 ADN, ABSN programs and MSN programs if you're one of the people who hold a different degree in something else, you have a bachelor's in something else, yeah, just apply to all three and see where you get up and then narrow down your choices. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm here to answer any questions. Just mainly the difference is just time frame of the program, the cost, and do you want to do especially or not, or do you just want to do how long do you want to be in school for? So a lot of options, a lot of choices to choose from, and there's no wrong choice. It's ultimately up to you where you want to go. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I hope this helped you in any way in choosing what kind of nursing program you want to go into. If you don't hold a bachelor's degree yet, I recommend doing the ADN program and the traditional BSN program because those are the best options for you financially, and they are approximately the same time frame, 2 years to finish the program. Except for the ADN, you have to do additional years of school to get that BSN. So just research your school and let me know if you have any questions, what is well suited for you, or what program are you in currently. Are you in a traditional BSN? Are you in a master's program? Are you in ABSN, an associate student nursing program? Well, that's pretty much it for my video. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.